Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another Eagle Eye Productions video. And today we're going to talk about the Volkswagen Phaeton. And the Phaeton is the top flag model that is out of production now for 8 years. But this was the car from Volkswagen. This was a dream from one of the co-founders, the Sir Pierre, and he wanted to compete with the German top three. And Audi was already part of the VAG, so Volkswagen Audi group. And then we had BMW, of course, from the south, and we had Mercedes from Stuttgart. So Volkswagen, Volk is people, and wagon is car. So car of the people. Um, Somebody that always, go a little bit above that, above middle class, so to speak. They want something special. They want to show the rest of the world that they have the money and the capabilities to buy the best of the best. So you go to a Benz, or you go to a BMW, or maybe you go to an Audi. Marketing wise, the Phaeton was kind of difficult because they already within the VAG group, Volkswagen Audi group, they already had the A8, which was the top spec model Audi. But the owner, Pierre, he insisted that Volkswagen should have his own top tier series. And that was not before 2002. In 2002 is the first time it was introduced. So, of course, that's 22 years ago by now, which is a long time. But Volkswagen always, it was the Polo, it was the Golf, and it was the Passat. It's like everybody, like with a smaller budget, you want some quality, you go for Polo. Yeah, you're a bit middle class, you go for Golf because you can sit in that car with 4 or 5 people comfortably. And you have a little bit more money, you go for a Passat. And you can even go for a station wagon or a sedan or whatever you want. All the classes are there. You have a few options in diesel, have a few options in petrol. So that's a car for everybody. But now we're going to focus on what Volkswagen did in 2002. And this car ran from 2002 into 2016, so 14 years. There are 2 generations in here. And they had very nice engines. Also, they had of course the 600, the 6 inline, the V6. They had the diesel, they had the petrol, they had V8s, and they even had a W12, which are 2 VR6s, I believe. Melted together at the crankshaft. Very special technique for the time. And this car had also a ridiculous research budget. It really needed to compete with the best and make a mark. But Volkswagen, it's those kind of things that your dreams are too big, so to speak. So this one, 2014. So this car is 10 years old. Mind you, this is top of the line Volkswagen, and Volkswagen, and to my opinion, is always a bit bland, but at the same time, it's a fine car. It brings you from A to B, and you kind of look respectable, and it's all quality wise. But this one should definitely, be able to compete with BMW and Mercedes, of course. So moving on, let's see. So this is the 4.2 V8. I think it's kind of the same engine that they have in the A8 from Audi. I think it's a beautiful car, actually. I have nothing against it. 4.2 V6. This is all entry level. I mean, fantastic cars to do lots of kilometers in, and just be in great comfort and do your thing, basically. And I think it still looks beautiful. It's 10 years old, but I think it's from a certain era where they still made nice cars, and I respect that. Phaeton, yes. IWC clock, I think, not really 100% sure. DSG, wood trim level. This is a beautiful car for 20K. Think about it. I mean, you really buy yourself a great car for 20K. Yes, it's a Volkswagen, fantastic, but you're not showing up with a 7 Series or an A8. In certain classes of society, you see them all the time, and you don't see this. So this is something special, and you can still say that you're a guy of the people, so to speak. Moving on, let's see what else we got. This is also a V8, 2009, a little bit older, less kilometers, TDI. This is what I'm looking for. So this is 2005, which is basically an early model, but 2005 was a great time when it comes to music, when it comes to movies and everything, and it's also especially when it comes to cars. So here is the 2005 6-liter W12. A W12, that's something special. Looks like an ordinary car. It really looks like a big Passat. I mean, I understand the criticism. I really do. I really do. And especially if you have to put that much money down. But nowadays, these cars are probably a very good buy if you want to do lots of kilometers still. Let's say for 2-3 years until big repair bills come in. This is a great car. I mean, with a few upgrades, I mean, you're there. But this is 2005, which is, it's 19 years ago. That's a long time ago. I understand that. But this was the best of the mid 2000s, which is, in my sense, when I think about a lot of cars, this is the best of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s combined. And 2005 for me personally was a special year. But also when I think about the cars and the music, I mean, this was the accumulation of this was when the West was at the peak of its being, of it, what it could produce, what it could be. That's how I look at it. W12. So a 6-cylinder, no, a 6-liter 12-cylinder with 421 horsepower. Man, it's actually a couple of thousand more than what I spent for my S40 Volvo. Okay, this car is a little bit older, but also not that much. And think about what you are buying. Of course, I don't need a W12. I mean, that's ridiculous. But nobody buys this no more, and it really depreciates. It's been used, not super hard, but well enough. Over 200,000 kilometers. I mean, it's been driven around. Who knows who bought it initially? But again, I mean, for 14K, you buy a car like this, which is it's absolutely ridiculous in my book. It is. We are gonna move on, and let's see. 2007, a little bit younger, 200,000 kilometers. This is the V8. First model, the first generation. I don't know exactly when the facelift was, maybe 2010 or something, a little bit in the middle. But this is the first generation, and in white, I don't really think it's anything special. This one looks cheap, no doubt about it. This looks like a big Passat. I mean, I understand. Maybe when you drive it and you sit here, you feel like the king. But think about it. Think about it. You buy a 4.2 V8 for 10K here in the Netherlands. And yeah, I mean, it's 17, 18 years old, definitely. But if it's built well, it's built to last. Much development went in here, much research went in here. Then why not? Is this a long wheelbase model? Because this looks like you have a ton of space here in the back. Small computers here. I mean, this is 2007, right? Yeah. LCD screens and GPS modules and those kind of things. That was the era what we're talking about. Look at this. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, you could set the temperature here 12 degrees and here 35 degrees, and it would not be an issue. It could be arranged. This car was the best for its era. The best that Volkswagen had to offer, and it was just, yeah, it was a bold move, but also an egotistical move, definitely. But Volkswagen did it. Let's see if we can find a prettier example. Another W12, just purely based on looks. So here, 2012, so 12 years old, nearly 300,000 kilometers driven, but it's a 3-liter 6 or V6 probably TDI, which are quite bulletproof engines. I mean, think about it. You have your own company and you want to be representable or anything like this, and 8K buys you a car like this. You need to do lots of miles. This is the best of the best. You can tell it's a diesel because it only revs until about 5K. But the 3-liter TDI really fits the car. It's potent enough, I think, above 200 horsepower, maybe 250, maybe 290-ish, but we'll see later. Car looks in great condition, exclusive. Leather looks a bit used, but this probably means that this is a car for, the board members or something for some companies, and now it's for sale because nobody wants to drive a diesel no more because we all need to be green and lean and mean. So, that kind of stuff. Let's move on. Here, 2012, they already had some kind of rear view parking sensors, mirrors, video cameras, all that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, it seems a bit used, but 8K buys you a lot of car. Look at this. I mean, I'm amazed. I'm really amazed. I would really check this out if I still need to. This a bit rust. Okay, this is good that I made a picture of this. Volkswagen is not really known for rusting, but maybe this has been standing outside for the last 12 years. Who knows? Okay. Moving on. Specifications. Let's go into the specifications. Automatic 6-speed gearbox, 3-liter TDI. Yes. It's imported. It was built in 2012 and it was imported during Corona in 2021, making it now last time it was checked. Oh, it's not even, okay, they didn't check the car no more in last June. Okay, so it's not road legal no more, meaning that the last check that the car had was in June 2023, and that's actually only 2 years later. Okay, 100,000 euros to buy it new. It was imported, 2012 it was built, and 2021 it was imported here in the Netherlands. Interesting. Euro 5, F label for diesel. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So 6-cylinder, 3-liter, has turbo, 240 horsepower. I mean, that's plenty for a car like this. Not able to reach 250 kilometers an hour, but it is able to accelerate in 8.3 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers or 0 to 60 miles an hour. Not bad, actually. One more. Okay, it's a 3-liter, and this is the petrol. So this is the petrol V6. This was the diesel TDI, and this is a little bit older even. That's really cheap-ish. So for 7K, and that's a perfect car to close off this video with, 2004, so 20 years old. Yes, it's old. It's done 220,000 kilometers, but it's a V6 and it's one of the best Volkswagens ever built. I mean, look at what you're buying for 7K. That's ridiculous. And yes, it's a Volkswagen and maybe it's a big Passat, definitely. But when you drive it and when you enjoy it, because nobody likes it, because nobody appreciates it, that's why it's such a great car, actually. And you gotta go the opposite of what the public opinion thinks. I mean, you could have more fun in this. This could be more reliable than S-Class, even. It really depends. And that's the beautiful thing of it. I mean, when you get lots of money and you buy a car, but you don't want to be too flashy, but at the same time, you want to be comfortable. I mean, the Phaeton is just that example. That should be like slang, big things here. I mean, instrument cluster looks all right. The chassis of the car is also used in the Bentley. So that shows you how comfortable it is, how well designed it is, because you're not just going to put a Volkswagen chassis in another car that's a few classes up higher. So you are getting the best bang for your buck. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Fantastic car, still to this day. I mean, this is so early 2000s, mid 2000s stuff. And when you drove, I remember seeing those. Not a whole lot, but when there was a special event, they drove Phaetons. They just did. A few high-level executive transport companies, taxis, they always have E-classes and stuff, but I saw a few 3-liter TDIs as a Phaeton, and you always pay the special price because it's basically, an airplane on wheels. We are going to close off this video. I really want to thank you for listening and looking. I wish you all the best for the rest of the week, and we catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.